I'm Emily, 30 years old, and my husband, Luke, is 5 years my senior. Our 3-year marriage feels like a tapestry I've unraveled, its fibers tangled and worn. Let me be clear. This isn't a charming tale with a tidy resolution or a hopeful close. It's a narrative I crafted through my own missteps, steeped in remorse and the wounds of my decisions. Luke is the sort of man others might envy, steadfast, kind, and unwavering in his devotion. He pours his energy into his modest business, yet always carves out moments for me. Recalling my preferred coffee without prompting, handling tasks I overlook, and offering a gentle, constant love. In the beginning, I treasured his quiet sincerity, the way he made me feel anchored and cherished. But as time passed, my perspective shifted, dimmed by comparisons that crept into my soul like unwelcome ghosts. It started quietly. At social gatherings, friends shared stories of their spouses. Men who seemed more daring, more magnetic, more alive. Over casual brunches, their tales wove vivid pictures of partners who scaled mountains or exuded effortless charisma. Social media amplified my unease, bombarding me with flawless snapshots of idyllic couples living dreamlike lives. Doubt took root, subtle at first, but nourished by every anecdote, every polished post. I berated myself for my ingratitude, reminding myself that love isn't built on fleeting excitement. Yet a restless unease persisted, a brewing tempest within me. I began questioning whether I was truly worthy of Luke's endless care, whether I merited the solid ground he so freely gave. Then came the night that shattered everything. It was a vibrant evening with friends, filled with laughter and far too many drinks. I lost count of the glasses, each one blurring my judgment further. What began as a single sip spiraled into a haze of drunkenness, self-doubt, and an unnameable resentment. When I stumbled home, barely able to stand, Luke was there, as always, ensuring my safety. But instead of gratitude, a bitter wave surged within me. In a reckless, unguarded moment, I met his gaze and let vicious words escape. "I don't even find you desirable anymore." Those words, sharp and unfiltered, struck like a dagger. His face collapsed, a wound I could never erase. The next morning, I woke with a pounding headache and a growing dread. The night was a blur at first, but seeing Luke seated at the edge of our bed, staring at the floor in quiet agony, signaled something was terribly wrong. "Is that truly how you see me?" he asked, his voice soft but weighted, echoing my cruel words. Horror washed over me as the memory flooded back. I scrambled to undo the damage, blaming the liquor, stammering, "Luke, I was out of my head. I didn't mean it." But he didn't shout or argue. He simply nodded, rose, and left the room. That silent exit cut deeper than any heated words could. In the days that followed, a chasm grew between us. Luke didn't lash out or seek retribution. He simply withdrew. The small gestures that once wove our connection, the midday texts, the shared looks, the unspoken care, faded into absence. His silence stung more than any anger, a constant reminder of the rift I'd created. I tried to repair it, preparing his favorite dishes despite my clumsy cooking, slipping heartfelt notes into his briefcase, recalling the days when our love felt unbreakable. One evening I reached for him, hoping physical closeness could mend what words had broken. But each effort met a weary, pained expression and a gentle, "Not tonight, Emily. Maybe another time." Rather than facing the wreckage I'd caused, I ran from it. One Friday, overwhelmed by guilt and the oppressive quiet of our home, I went out again, telling myself it was just to clear my mind. Deep down, I was fleeing the truth. That's when I met him. A man whose bold confidence and charm stood in stark contrast to Luke's steady warmth. He slid onto the barstool beside me, flashing a smile and saying, "Rough day, huh?" I should have left, but I stayed. I let his attention wrap around me, let it make me feel wanted, if only for a moment. In a fleeting, reckless lapse, I let him kiss me. The instant our lips touched, nausea surged through me, a sickening awareness of my betrayal. When I turned and saw Luke in his car, watching from the street, my heart froze. He didn't confront me or shout. He simply raised his window and drove away. The next morning, I clung to a fragile hope that we could salvage something. But when I found Luke in the kitchen, his voice was steady, his resolve unshakable. "Last night, you showed me you don't value me or our marriage," he said. I begged, tears streaming, insisting it was a mistake, a meaningless moment. But he shook his head, his eyes filled with quiet grief. I need time to sort things out, he said. And with that he packed a bag and left. He never came back. 6 months have passed since that day. Luke has moved on, thriving in a new relationship with a woman who radiates joy and gives him the happiness I couldn't. I, however, am alone, grappling with the fallout of my choices. My friends have distanced themselves, unsure how to navigate my self-inflicted ruin. Even my mother, upon learning the truth, could only sigh and say, "Emily, you had a man most would long for, and you let him go." She was right. There's no redemption here, no clean resolution. I carry my regret, a weight that grows heavier each day. If my story offers any wisdom, it's this. Cherish what you hold. Because once it's gone, no amount of yearning can reclaim it. Every day, I'm haunted by the truth that I had everything I ever needed, and I let it slip through my fingers.